I'm bleary-eyed this morning. It was cold last night, and it's cold right now. But a nice spot somewhere west of Paulina Lake. And I think it's about 8 maybe. And we're getting on the road, gonna go try to find some gas. John decided to definitely not go down to San Francisco. So he booked a ticket home for Monday. I wasn't having the best, we barely had a connection, and I couldn't book a ticket. So I might do it at the gas station, but I'm also just wondering if these wildfires are going to screw us. And also, I didn't see anything that wasn't like 5:30 a.m. Monday morning, which won't work because I got to deal with shipping the bike. So I got to get to some service and see if I can really look and see what's available. Oh, Jesus. Oh, this is awful. Come on. Did I mention that it's freezing? Put on a... Oh, stop. Stop with the washboard. Anyway, nothing exciting else to report, really. I think John's biggest reason for deciding to go home is his ass. His ass has been calling big time. Alright, I'll be back when this ridiculous road lets up. Well, I lost John. He left me in the dust. So, I'm gonna go up here and go down to La something, I guess, where there's gas, and I assume I'll see him there. We didn't have such a good plan this morning. John said, let's just Google it to gas. There's some town somewhere. And I'm assuming this is the town. There's not really many towns, so. Hopefully I haven't lost Johnny Powell forever. This looks like a mighty busy road. Alright, we just stopped in La Pine to fuel up. Checked our one motel option for tonight, and it's full until like August. This town was full tonight. I don't know what's going on out here, man. Everything is just jam-packed. But yesterday we didn't see anybody on the trail at all. So I don't know where all those people are going. Not where we've been. So not sure what we'll do tonight. There's no good options without massive detours. Yeah. Oh, really? Right. That is good. That was Johnny popping in on the comm to say that one of the wildfires was right there to the left of us, out there somewhere. And it must be out, because the sky's pretty clear. So I hope we don't have to deal with any of that detour action either. But you know, today is all about fighting the funnel. The universe is tightening it up. I know it's going to throw some crap at us today and tomorrow. So it's time to be extra careful and not get in any trouble. We're back on the TAT right now. It turns off up here. And I'll be glad to get off this road. Did I mention that it's freezing cold? It is. Alright, we just hit dirt after about 10 minutes. It's not bad. It's not Mars Rover stuff. It's not loose gravel. So keep your fingers crossed. That it stays decent for a little while. If I ever become an evil dictator, the first thing I'm going to do is have my army go out and collect all the sand and all the gravel. I'm going to have them line it up against a wall, and shoot him right in the face. That will be my first act as evil dictator. Oh, Jesus. At least I see other trucks swerving all over the place. It makes me feel better. Wow, this is a morning slog. I was kind of hoping to not have another 11-hour day of riding. But so far, this isn't going quickly. I think I've already said this, but I can't wait to go back and watch some of the TAT videos, because I'll have a whole different perspective on what they're doing. I hate this. Like you can see on Gaia, there's a perfectly good road right over there. Why are we doing this? Why? Out of the sand, into the Mars Rover Road again. I think this might be better. This is weird stuff. It's almost like really fine mulch. Alright, it's been about 30 miles of this crap. I know I'm still complaining, I know. The worst is see these places where it gets dark in the shadows and you can't see what's going on as far as little drifts and whatnot. It's like not fun. I don't know if this is right. Is this right? Let's take the shortcut. Let's get in the road. This is bullshit. Alright, John thinks there's a road up here. I guess it's the same road we've been sort of going parallel to. And we are going to get on that and bypass some of this bullshit. Because the rule is, try to avoid it if it's not fun. And this is not fun. It's not fun. The scenery's boring. I mean, it's really pretty back here. Nice forest. But, okay, you see that? That's it. That's all it is. You don't need to see it for 2 hours. If you know what I mean. Oh, it looks like we're only cutting off a little tiny little section of sand. I really can't wait to get the Himalayan out on some similar stuff and see if I feel completely different or if everything just still feels squirrely. I've taken it on some forest roads and it was great, and I really did feel more secure than I feel on this bike. But I didn't take it on any sand or anything super rough. So I'm looking forward to checking that out. Sweet pavement. Look at you. Shit. Please don't be a locked gate. Please. Yay! Carry on, bro. Yeah. I gotta do something, so I'll catch up after I... You shithead. I just dropped a bunch of shit, so I'll be a minute, but no need to wait. Out. What's going on with Johnny Pow?
So it's Friday, what's the date? July 16th. And it's going to be our last big day, I believe, in Oregon. We're going to try to do 200 miles today, which will put us essentially in the Medford area, but above Medford on the TAT. We got no plans right now for lodging. The one hotel that's sort of within reach for us, online it says it's not available and there's no one answering. Well, we can't get through on the phone. So if we had a different bike that we could do like 70 miles an hour on the interstate, then that would open up a lot more opportunities to find new places to stay. There's one campground which would be about 190 miles for us today that we may look at, but we may get there and decide instead of turning off to that campground and just keep going straight and maybe just do some dispersed camping off the trail. This morning has been a lot of crappy, loose sand. I'm glad right now that we're riding on something more compact. And I'm just going really slow because Angela's, he's catching up now. I see it in the mirror. He had to stop and do something, and he said he dropped a bunch of stuff. So he is dealing with that. And now here he goes. All right, bye.
Well, we're finally sort of away from all those logging roads. Well, this is probably a logging road too, actually, but kind of out of the sand. It's gotten a lot more fun. I guess this is a logging road. A little bit faster, definitely a lot more fun. I'm still trying to wake up, and it's still chilly. As soon as I say it's fun, we're back on the Mars rover. So unless we have wildfire trouble, but look at that sky, it's so blue. I don't know, I mean, where are the wildfires? What's happening? But anyway, if we don't run into any trouble, we are definitely going to make it to Port Orford tomorrow. And that's insane. I'm so psyched to get home, see my wife and my kids, take a shower every morning, have a toilet nearby that is not a pit that you can't look down without vomiting. You know, those little things. I'm psyched to catch up on work. I set myself up pretty well before I left, I gotta say. I pre-scheduled a bunch of stuff, and a lot of stuff got taken care of by my daughter, who is awesome. And so it's not going to be too bad to get things sorted out again. I'm psyched to have my home office again. I just worked from home which is nice. Yeah, I'm excited. And I'm bummed because my youngest daughter, she's working as a camp counselor at this place called Gwen Valley in Brevard, North Carolina. She's been going there as a camper, I swear to God, since she was like 4 maybe. She went to day camp the first couple of years, and then she went to overnight camp. And that place is insanely cool. I don't know what they do there, but they just get the kids totally addicted to the place. She loves it so much. Loves it. Also, her favorite movie is Meatballs. Her favorite actor is Bill Murray.
I tell you, it just doesn't matter! It just doesn't matter! It just doesn't matter! It just doesn't matter!
She likes old people for some reason. Cute old people is like puppies for her. She also likes puppies. She wants to be a vet. But anyway, she goes there Sunday, and I'm not going to get home till probably Tuesday. So that means I'm not going to see her forever, unless maybe I take a little motorcycle trip down there. That's the last thing I want to think about. It's only like an hour away, so I'll either go by car or maybe I'll take the Himalayan and just go give her a hug if they'll let me. Oh, Jesus. So we'll figure that out. And then my other daughter is studying abroad in Prague. She's so excited. It's gotten canceled twice because of COVID, and we weren't sure if it was ever going to work out. But it did. She just got her visa yesterday, which was the last hurdle. That was a big hassle to get. And I'm so psyched for her. I'm so nervous about her going there by herself. But, I mean, she's 20 years old. What are you going to do? But still, I'm 53, and my mom found the ride report somehow, and I'm sure she's worried to death. You know? It just doesn't... You never can stop. But I'm psyched for her. We're going to try to go see her in Prague over Thanksgiving break. My wife and my other daughter. So that'll be awesome. I've always wanted to go there. Actually, when my wife and I first started going out a million years ago, when we were both like, I don't know, 20 something, 20, 21. And anyway, we moved in together into this crappy little apartment, and we had all these plans to go to Prague. We were gonna I don't know, stupid stuff. We were gonna start a newspaper in Prague. We had all kinds of ideas like that. That never happened. But we just couldn't get the money together at that time. We also really wanted to start a little movie theater with beanbag chairs. Back then, don't ask me what that was all about. We were also writing what's the Shakespeare play that has a character named Angelo in it? I forget which one it is, but we were rewriting that as a Western as a Western movie, I think. Or maybe it was a play. I don't know. We were into all kinds of stupid shit like that back then. That never went anywhere either. But damn, I'm tired, and I'm gonna be so psyched to be home. I was talking about the Appalachian Trail hikers the other day, and I think I mentioned that they get like this post-trail syndrome. It's like they don't know how to operate anymore because they've been operating in this weird world for 3 months. And I think there's going to be a little bit of that. But probably not much. Not having to pack up your gear and strap it to a bike and ride for 10 hours every day. I think I'll enjoy that for a bit. Don't get me wrong, this has been an amazing, amazing experience. I'm talking like it's over. And it's not, but I'm trying to wind it down, you know? I'm trying to get used to the fact that it is going to be over. And little ugly Homefry, man, what a freaking champion, right? I mean, with the bike itself, 0 issues. Knock on wood, not over yet. But man, I mean, seriously, the abuse this bike has taken, and nothing at all. Tires, yes, not the bike's problem. Accessories like racks and stuff rattling apart, yes, not the bike's problem. The engine, bulletproof. The transmission, I thought I was having trouble with it. It was in my head. Bulletproof. The brakes, bulletproof. Everything about this bike is freaking awesome. Except that it's a weakling. That's the only thing. And the width of the tires is a problem. But you know, for what it is an exceptionally made piece of machinery. Honda, tip of the hat. You guys know your shit. I already knew you knew your shit. But damn, what a company. They make some solid ass shit. And if you're thinking about getting a CT125, just do it. That's all I can say, if you can find one. Somebody told me they got on a waiting list and it was 3 years. That can't be right. Maybe you can buy Little Ugly. But so impressive, man. Just abuse. And she just doesn't care. Starts up and goes wherever you point her. For the most part. Amazing. Amazing, amazing machine. I'm trying to think of what else. I mean, all my gear worked pretty well. My jivvy bags, good to go. I got a hole in one, but it can be patched. They are disgusting, and they need to be brought to a hazmat place to be deloused. All my camping gear, great. Did not need the big scary knife at all. I did use it a few times just to like cut paracord or whatever, but I had a smaller little jackknife that would have been fine. Didn't need that. I had been worried about securing the bike before I left. Like, did I need a cable or whatever? Did I need a cover to at least like cloak it? Nope, you don't need any shit like that. Don't worry about it. You're gonna stay at a couple of sketchy places, but they're not that sketchy. And just don't worry about it. Seriously. The saw I never needed, and I don't think I'm gonna need it, and I sent it home. Clothes, you know, you never know what's gonna happen. I could have gotten away with a puffy jacket and a long sleeve shirt, and I have some long pants that I wore a couple times. Mostly it's shorts under my riding gear, and that's been just fine. But you never know what the weather's gonna do, so I had an extra. I started with some long underwear that I sent home, didn't need those ever, and another thermal sort of shirt that I never used and ended up didn't need. I brought an extra pair of riding gloves, like a shitty pair. I never used them, don't bother. My gloves did get soaking wet a couple times, but they dry quick. What else? My shirts, the merino wool, that's the shit. Your socks, merino wool, that's the shit. They dry really quickly, and they don't stink for some reason. I don't know why. But I had one of those kind of shirts and one like synthetic exercise shirt. Don't wear cotton. Don't wear cotton underwear. You know, I just had some mesh underwear that were comfortable. Toolkit was good. Got that whittled down to just what I needed. Bring a stem puller. I didn't have one of those starting out, and I wish I had. Bring a good compressor. Waste the space on that. My slime compressor was fantastic. A little bit bulky, but it was great to have. Came in very handy. What else? Video gear. I don't know, man. Figure out a way to carry a drone if you want to carry a drone. I had no luck. I had the gimbal issues the whole time. Used the drone maybe a couple days, and otherwise it was useless. The GoPro is indestructible, almost as indestructible as the Honda. The Media Mod, however, not so much. Be careful with that. Bring the door to your GoPro in case you need to use it by itself. All my charging gear was supreme. Worked really well, even with the laptop. If you can get away with not bringing a laptop, don't bring it. John had an iPad, and that was good enough. A phone really would have been good enough. But I couldn't figure out a way to transfer the files from the GoPro cards to the hard drives. So that's why I brought it. It didn't cause any hassles. It didn't get hurt. So it was fine. It just took up space, and it's heavy. What else? Rock straps are awesome. Get some of those. I've ripped up about 4 of them, so bring some spares. And that was just my fault for not securing them, and they got caught in the chain or whatever. All right, we just got off all these logging roads, and we hit 138, and John stopped and talked to some guys going the opposite way.
They said Highway 138 is closed, which is right there. We're only going just around the corner on the highway though before we get back off onto the TAT. The dilemma is supposedly the fires are on the south side of 138, which is where we're going. So we got a message from Steve, and he's pushing through. He's, I don't know how far ahead he is.
I'm not sure.
Almost a half a day probably. So we are thinking about going up there and seeing if there's a ranger or something that can give us a little more info where the fire is and decide. We don't want to get stuck and have to turn around and go backwards because of the limited fuel selections. But we may be able to just push through.
don't know, the options kind of suck, don't they?
Yep. We take this, so it says 18 miles. Close to 18 miles, so that would be definitely to the end of this next section. I mean, if we wanted to try to play it safe, then we'll have to detour. We'll have to do Highway 138
Basically to Medford.
to 230. No, then we pick up that one. The what did I say it was? The trail road. This Tiller Trail Highway.
Right. I don't know. What do you think?
It's either that or just take the freaking bypass all the way to Medford and then do the trail, the connector trail, and then the TAT to Port Orford, and then turn around the next day and go back to Medford. Up to you.
Well, on one hand, I don't feel like they would. Wait, I got another text from Steve.
Okay.
He said he made it there, no problem.
Okay. Well, that's. Let me see. Yeah, that's he's only like 3 miles down the road.
Right. So, but officially 138 is closed where he is, right?
He's not getting on 138. The trail still stays parallel to 138. But officially 138 is closed to where he is.
Right.
Well, for one thing, I don't see any fire.
I know, it's like the clearest day we've had, and so it's weird. Fire would be my least favorite way to die, though. But
I'm not worried about that. I'm just, like you said, I'm worried we get like 40 miles in and then we have to turn around and there's no way out.
right,
Except for backwards, and then we come back here and then we're out of gas.
right. Right. Alright, so a forest guy just pulled up. He's back there opening the road. So while we were sitting there contemplating what we're doing, the road opened. So 138 is open, and the TAT kind of follows along to the south of 138, and the fire in question is south of that a bit somewhere. So what we know is if we have to, we can find a way north to get back on 138 at a couple of points on the trail. So if things get squirrely, that's what we'll do and figure it out from there. The other issue is the fuel. Like, we don't have a lot of room to goof around backtracking or taking alternate routes. So that's just another problem. Funnel's getting tight. Funnel is getting tight. Yeah, our other option was like 63 miles of fast road, which, as you know, is not fun on these. It'd be more fun than getting charbroiled for sure, but you know, the thing is, if it gets squirrely, the Forest Service is going to close these roads. So, at least I think they would. I don't know. There's a bunch of these weird little roads everywhere, so maybe they couldn't close them all. But the fact that 138 is open makes me pretty confident that we'll be fine. Oh, and somewhere along that road I lost my tripod situation. And that really pisses me off. I don't know what happened. I do know what happened. I had that strapped to my side bag, and I took out my jacket, strapped it back, and I bet it just wasn't as full as it was, so it wasn't as tight, and I think it just made its way to freedom. It's a bummer. Anyway, this adds a little excitement to the day. Dodging wildfires. Again, man, we were looking at the sky like, what fires? Where's the fires? The sky definitely changed a bit, and you can smell the fire. We just passed a tacked up sign for the fire camp, which I assume is where firefighters are hanging out. Get to a high elevation. I'm gonna check my phone and see if there's any intel from Steve, who's somewhere up ahead. I also want to look at the map because it's when we, the west is no problem. It's when we head south that we need to be careful. Which honestly, we might be heading south right now. Maybe it's just a fog. Like a really smoky smelling fog. Well, that's interesting. No road closed on the other side. What's it say?
It's showing the closed areas, which I think we might be east of now. I'm just double checking.
Let me check on some Steve intel too. Maybe I'll have service up here. Alright, so we had cell service up here. And I got a text from Steve, who I'm not sure how far ahead he is, but he said that when he went through here, because there was no road close sign when we came through, although there is here, but he said there was a ranger up here when he came through, and that it's good to go for the rest of the way. So all clear. I feel like John thinks that we might be past the fire, So anyway, I don't think there's any danger. And honestly, why am I yawning all the time? We wouldn't have done this if it wasn't the best option. Seriously. Really. We wouldn't have. Between the fuel issues, though, you know. Imagine the view from up here. Wonder when all this fire stuff happened. I stopped and talked to some of those fire dudes, and the fire's not close at all. They're just prepping, taking out all the underbrush along the road, I guess as a fire break. But man, those people work hard. That's not an easy job. And now the sky is totally clear again. I also think I heard a big, humongous helicopter going over. I'm sure that has something to do with the fire too. I couldn't see it though. Trying to think of any regrets on this trip. Major regret is that this isn't something I can do with my wife and daughters. Because that would be cool. But they would hate it so much. Oh my God, they would hate every second of it. They'd love the views and like seeing the cool stuff, but yeah, no. But I do want to, I gotta plan some trips with them in the RV to go to some of these places if I can. The kids are getting old though, and they just, they've got their own lives, so it's harder and harder to do that, but we'll see. If I was doing it over again, man, I like camping. It's cool. I like it. But it's also a humongous hassle. And you have to carry so much extra stuff. I could have gotten away with that one big jivvy bag if it weren't for camping. I couldn't have afforded to get a motel every night. Anyway, I mean, it just adds up. You go out thinking, I can find like a $40 motel, but you can't. They don't exist anymore. Everything was $80, $100, or a little more. Even the places that look like they're $40 are $100. But that's the way to go, man. If you can afford it, just plan your stuff out so you can get to a motel every night. But also, like tonight, we were going to stay in a motel. There's really only one off the TAT the whole rest of the way, and it's booked until August. So that's a problem too, because if you get stuck and you don't have camping gear, not sure what you do. I guess if you're on a more capable bike, you can zip to the next town or whatever. But man, it's nice to pull into a motel, take a shower, go get something to eat. It's just so much easier. What else? I guess if I didn't have like work to get back to and a family, I would have just taken twice as long and stopped everywhere and done everything. But, time is an issue. Got to get back to work. And I want to get back to my fam. So, there's really only two things that I wanted to do, and that was the White Rim Trail, and I kind of wanted to see Crater Lake, which we've, I think, passed by now. We could have gone down there today, I guess, but with the wildfire situation and I don't know, just seemed like more trouble than it was worth. So the White Rim Trail, I will ride that on a bike at some point in my life, because I don't know if that's anything my family would want to check out. I think I already mentioned we did Schaefer Road, and they were terrified. They ended up loving it though. But I'll do that someday. And Crater Lake just seems more like a camp with the wife or the fam sort of thing, you know? Where your main goal is not to ride 10 hours a day. Your main goal is like to check stuff out and relax. So I got tons of ideas on places to go, that's for sure. And I hope we're able to hit some of them. But yeah, I don't really regret not stopping and sightseeing. That's just not what this was about. The sightseeing was like this on the bike, and saw some very amazing, cool stuff. Wow. See, I just stopped to see that. That's pretty cool. It's so hazy from the smoke, though. We're definitely out of fire situation, and I think we're going to try to make it all the way to Highway 5, see if we can get some cell service, and we could really use a motel tonight, so we're going to see if we can find one. If we can't, we'll probably keep going a little bit and camp, but a motel would be good after today. Alright, so we pulled off at Tiller and tried the cell phone and no service there. And so we noticed that this road from Tiller goes straight to where there might be a motel. So we hopped off the TAT, we're taking that. We saw a Ferrari on this road, like a really old Ferrari. And so that's what we're doing. We're gonna go see if there's anything in this town. If there's not, I guess we have to head down 5 freeway, which I don't want to do. Or there's got to be a secondary road somewhere. And get back on the TAT and find a place to camp. I think those are our options. I'm really hoping there's a motel in this town. That would be killer. I just ran out of gas back there and we pulled over and filled up with the spare. Again, like 5 miles from the town. And there was a little weird gas station about a half mile from where we filled up. Missed it by that much. Did 165 miles on 1.1 gallons of gas. That's insanity. Insanity, I tell you. Keep your fingers crossed for a motel, because I don't want to have to deal with any more today. Nothing major happened today. I'm just tired, man. I didn't even do that many hours. 8.5 hours. Less than normal. I don't know why I'm feeling it today. Hey, it's Future Ange here, and past Ange is lazy, didn't do a wrap up, didn't shoot any other town, nothing. But they made it to Canyonville and found a motel, and that was pretty much it for the day.